Rev it up and roll with America's premier motorcycle talk show. Open Road Radio is on the air with Gina Woods and other guest hosts. And now, with riding on their minds, here's your hosts of Open Road Radio.
Hey, and other guest hosts would be, whoa, look at that, it's Chris Tice.
And once again, I'm just reduced to the other guest.
Chris Tice. That's because I make the big announcement. It's Chris Tice in the house. Look, you're the fanfare.
I didn't hear any. I thought at least the producer would have like a round of applause ready to go for me. We're gonna have to work on that. I mean,
yeah, we gotta work.
Hurts my little heart.
Hey man, what's going on? Great to see you.
Yeah, hey, it feels great to be back. It's been like 2 weeks again. Last time I was on with Penny FXR, we had Mike Wolf on. It was right before Mecum Auction. It was a good time. And
so we got to go hang out with Mike Wolf and Leticia.
Did you buy any bikes?
I did not buy any bike, but I have my eye on a bike. I do. And I'm watching it, didn't make reserve. So I am I'm saving more pennies. Man, you should see it too. I really like it and I really want it. So
and I also want to say, man, look how tight my game is. Look how tight my
dude, I'm looking. I said
Andrews
that like half an hour ago. That looks
I just slapped
awesome.
some Andrews cams into my dyno.
Right on.
Watch out.
Hey, we just gave away $1,200 worth of Andrews products.
Wish I'd have known about that. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
You guys are awesome.
Well, you gotta kind of sometimes just give me a call and say, "Yeah, Gina,
I know. I just gotta show up more often. I know how it goes.
We gotta test some product for Andrews, don't we?" And Michael would go, "Yeah, we probably do." No, we did. We did a great giveaway, and then we give a whole bunch of Seafoam stuff away. And now we are giving vintage motorcycle windshields away. So yeah, people can win this. In fact, you can even put your phone up to it and do that right now. And go ahead, Tice. What Tice is gonna do? Get it, Tice.
Listen, I love free stuff.
I know. Look at these windshields. These are really cool. I got the blue one, and I want to get the black one.
Well, you better sign up so you can win.
So now everybody can, and make sure that you do. It's posted on Gina Woods on Facebook, and also on I put it on Classic Panheads. I put it in a couple places. Put it on Open Road Radio. So make sure that you do get to sign up. That's February 14th. What better thing to give to what better product or gift to give to your loved one?
You can't beat that.
Right. Hey man, we have got a great show lined up, Tice.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. This is we're like on the kickdown already of one of the raddest weekends in Milwaukee. So this is not only do we have some great guests coming up in a little bit, but we've also got a huge event coming up in I don't know, call it a week and a half. Things really start kicking off. So
it's like a whole week event already. I'm going to tell you about it. There's a pre-party and a pre-party and an after party and an in-between party. And I mean, there's just so many I was downloading all of these flyers today. There's so many parties for Mama Tried. It's crazy.
Listen, Mama Tried put the pre in the party, okay? If you don't know, better book your ticket to Milwaukee. You probably should get here about Tuesday. So you got, 8 days? My math skills are not that great, but yeah, you better get here.
I'm telling you, yeah, the week from tomorrow, the parties start next Wednesday. The leaders are going to be coming into town, but we're going to talk all about that with Warren Jr. from Mama Tried and Flat Out Friday as well. We've got Craig Rodsmith's Motorcycles. I know that's really not his last name, I think he keeps it a secret. But everybody calls him Craig Rodsmith, I think. Craig Rodsmith's Motorcycles, but he's got some rad stuff. He's going to talk a little bit about being a master bike builder, fabricator, painter, and a little bit about Kass Museum. And then we've got Mr. Racer number 6 hooligan himself. I don't know if he's a hooligan. We're going to ask him about that. Loyal Prach, and I love that name, Loyal. What a cool name.
I think he's a little bit of everything. I don't know what classes he's racing this year, but I've been to a couple district races, and the kid shreds. He flies, and he'll pretty much race anything.
Well, this is going to be so cool for you that this time of the year because it's right in your own backyard. I love when stuff's. I mean, it's really in my backyard too, if you think about it. The other stuff, I just got back from Vegas, had to go to meet them out there. But other than that, it's like what Sturgis, Daytona. So it's nice to have this in our backyard.
Yeah. No, I mean, how fortunate am I to live in Milwaukee and all the good stuff comes to Milwaukee. So
I know. Yeah,
let's do this.
Right. Let's do it, man. Let's bring Warren Jr. on. Warren is the co-creator of Mama Tried and Flat Out Friday. And
He's got the walk-in and everything ready. It's like the Macho Man Warren Savage himself right here. He knows the walk-in. He's queued up, ready to roll.
I know. Did you hear that big entrance?
Funny story. I was Macho Man. That was a big hit.
Where were you, Macho Man?
Oh, probably 3 years ago. I've got a really nice. I was able to stay in character for about 3 hours, and by the end of it, I only had a few. I feel like it was a good success.
I think we're going to save that detail for another show. I'm going to question it now. Hey, Warren, good to see you, man. It's great to see you. Real quickly, man, it's coming up fast. And we were just laughing because there's a pre-party to a pre-party to a party to an after party to an all-kind party, all kinds of stuff. So did you ever think that this Mama Tried Flat Out Friday was going to get so big and have so many people from all over the country and world come to Milwaukee? Man.
No, it's pretty flattering, and we and try to stay humble and true to what we're about. And that kind of goes back to all the parties. It really becomes self-evident that the motors do great time, great weekend, making great friends and community. That's really.
Man, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think it was like 2017. You called me and I got to put one of my motorcycles into your show, which kind of leads me into my next thing. One of my favorite parts about your show is it's not just a chopper show. You go to a lot of these shows and they're just kind of strictly chopper, but you guys do such a great job of curating so many different kind of bikes. You've had some of my stunt bikes, my friends. Man, the amount of the ice racing bikes, the hooligan bikes, just you walk in and it's not a chopper show. It's a full on motorcycle show. And I know you kind of come more from a chopper background, but how did you kind of get the idea just to open the door to basically anything that's, rad?
I mean, to be honest, it was I was a chopper kid, from Scott. I came with a little bit of background of racing, and he was a little older, or isn't. So he's a little bit more seasoned and well-rounded. Let's use. He introduced me to racing, and we just kind of hit it off, and used both of our kind of levels or I guess positions in the motorcycle world to create something merge of everything. Right? It's nobody wants to hang out. Well, I don't want to hang out every day. I want to meet new people and get out there and to grow, and what better way than with motorcycles.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. One thing that I was thinking about today, because there's so many bike shows coming up, and you guys kind of hit it off out of the gate for the new year. And do you go to other people's shows to see, to get inspired, or are you already inspired per year?
Yeah.
What will you go to other
shows? We do, absolutely. Yeah. It's the ebb and flow. I have I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old, so my time away from getting a little bit more slim. So I pick and choose a little bit, but I'll get out to say hi to friends and see what other folks are doing, and just be part of the industry. I also enjoy other things, but I support what other folks are doing because we ask them to support us.
Absolutely. I saw a couple pictures of well, those other things. I saw some snowmobiling going on.
Yeah, we it's February in Milwaukee. You never know what you're gonna get. It could be -50. So we're ready for anything, and a testament to the show. We try to stay full and try to stay kind of. What better way to introduce folks that don't know much about the snow, some kind of form or fashion that way. It's just completely foreign to most people, and I think it goes really enjoy it and remember it.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest, Harley built some snowmobiles for a while, so it fits right in. And again, I think that's what's I think my favorite part, besides the parties and the people and just kind of hanging out with everybody, is you don't very often see a sport bike or drag bikes or even hill climbs next to all the other kind of stuff. And the to me, what's incredible too is obviously living in Milwaukee. I've been to, I think probably by now, every single Mama Tried, and even just your venue change and watching you guys grow, and being in some dirty some dirty buildings and some dimly lit, and now you guys are in the Eagles ballroom. I mean, it's as far as Milwaukee goes, you really can't get two better venues than the Pfizer Forum, which if you don't know, the Milwaukee Bucks play at, but then the Eagles ballroom, which, I mean, the list of bands and the different events that have gone on there, and what you guys have done is incredible. Anything new coming this year, or anything we don't know about that you'll share with us, or
Not anything that's giant. I think it's a bunch of stuff combined to show this year. We're coming out of a little bit of a funk last couple of years. I don't want we're coming out swinging. We have an in going to do the podcast through the whole weekend. Harley's bringing in their new model, kind of the first time folks have been able to be able to see them and sit on them. We have this year. We've done it in the past, but we'll have more vendors down the race, more of the building. We have an MC this year, which we've never done, and rile up the
Who's your
crowd
MC?
for us. We have dump truck.
Oh, good. Right on. Awesome.
So that's something new for us. We have the giveaway bike, which we did a couple years ago, which we're excited about. So I think a handful of new stuff that's gonna bring in some more people, some new people, and just continue to get the word out and try to give them, make sure that their $25 is money well spent.
Well, I think it is. It's money well spent. I don't think you're trying to put on a circus. You let people just kind of be who they are. I liked that old dingy building, Tice. I don't know about you. I thought it was pretty cool.
I mean, I did too.
But you know me, I like dive bars too.
I mean, I did too, but just the progression of the venue and the event, like, I mean, just you saw some of the pictures, just like the lighting that they have and just the atmosphere. I mean, I don't know what to say except for, even if you're not into the motorcycles, the atmosphere of the event is incredible. I mean, if you're looking for something to do, and I think that's a big thing about winter events, is we're all kind of looking for stuff to do. And even if you're not 100% a motorcycle person that would go to something like this, it's laid out awesome. You get to kind of hang out. You get to look at motorcycles. You get to see a lot of great vendors that you guys are somehow able to pack into that place with all the motorcycles. And I mean, yeah, it's like drinking in a dive bar. You snag yourself a couple PBRs and you just kind of run around. It's like the family reunion of the chopper world and the motorcycle world. And I don't know. I don't really know how to.
I think every year that I've gone, the vendors bring such a good vibe. I remember like the couches and I don't know, just like the dimness and the coolness and just laughing and people having a good time. And really, that's what I mean. You don't need the circus show. You just because it really speaks for itself. People just network and have a great time, man. That's what I dig.
I mean, really, there's no. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It's just a cool event. It's fun. It's chill, hang out, drink some beers. You spend a couple hours there. You can spend all day there. I mean, then you got all the parties and stuff like that. But it is like, you run into people. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've ran into Willie G, Bill Davidson. It's not just like this grimy show. I mean, you got all the Milwaukee dirt balls, but you've also got the Harley Davidson royalty, and it's the collection of people.
It's a great mix of people. You're right. Of and for them to have, I mean, they've supported us from day one, so it's to see everyone come out, and again, it's truly about the people, and more different and diverse the crowd can get, the better for us, and I think the better for Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee in the Midwest gets a little bit of a kind of gets brushed aside a little bit here, but once you get them in and get them acclimated and let Milwaukee and let the pair of them, it's hook, line, and sinker, and they're going to spread the word and bring folks back.
Maybe I might be a little provocative here, and you've got the events on the West Coast like Born Free, and everybody's like, oh, you got to go to Born Free, but it's like you really want the gritty, grimy of the motorcycle industry, and you want to be at the home of Harley Davidson, where there's I mean, I can't even count how many gals are in their garages with a little space heater building some of the raddest motorcycles that you'll probably never ever see. And it's that kind of crowd. It's just like the event is really a representation of what Milwaukee is, and it's the home of iron. Like you can say whatever you want about any event, but it's the home of iron, and Mama Tried is like the full-on underground display case of it.
Yeah, it's a good description of it. And yeah, we like I said, we try really hard. We do have a name. We could try to blow it out and bring influencers and whatnot and try to go down that road, but it's just not who Scott and I are. It's a lot to be fun for us. It's not either of our full-time gig. So it's something that we want to come to and enjoy and make it a little things and how we feel that the motorcycle community should right. And I think it's worked really, really well. It's being in Milwaukee and having it's unbeatable from my perspective.
Well, it has, and I think you guys have done a really great time of keeping it like in the dead set of winter, because I'm sure that people have tried to tell you to change that so many times so they could ride their bikes there. But man, look at it. I mean, you wouldn't have an after party ice racing if you didn't have it in the winter, and you wouldn't have the Dr. Pepper soda syrup. And you would be doing that outside if it was summer. So I think
hold on one second, Gina. Myself and a handful of Milwaukee natives have ridden to more than one Mama Tried show. I want to let you know that
kudos.
There was a couple years ago, it was 70 degrees and the parking lot was full of motorcycles, and we've ridden to a couple of them in about 40 degrees. And if you watch the current weather forecast in Milwaukee right now, we're kind of easing into high 30s. We're knocking on 40s. And I'll tell you right now that if it's above 32 and they don't put no more crap on our roads, you're gonna see bikes in the parking lot like you always do.
Yeah, I gotta say, there's been years when it's been packed. Both sides of the street had bikes. So I agree, man.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome to see the commitment that the Midwestern boys and girls have to their motorcycle out, and be the only one out there to put their kickstand down that's an honor. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, no. I know that some people have run out from Chicago on a number of occasions.
Well,
so.
You know what it is too, and it's kind of a little bit of a pride thing as Midwest kids, as Midwest people, because everybody's like, man, why do you guys live up there? It's so cold, you don't get to ride. It's like, no, we ride, we will ride year round. I just saw a guy, it was like -15 and he was riding down the road. Like, people show up out here, and when you've got people riding motorcycles in any form of weather, I mean, we're the hardcore crew, I mean, we're the state that always shows up. There's always a motorcycle in the parking lot. I don't care.
I agree.
Yeah, and there's all the other activities that you can do on two wheels when it comes to motorcycles around here too. So it's a little bit of a shift and transition. Enter into the winter sports, and you could have so much more fun. Expand your horizons, and a little bit different is makes for a well-rounded life. Much happier life too, especially with motorcycles.
Well, we didn't even get to some of the highlights, and I want to do some of the highlights of Flat Out Friday, but I think we'll talk with Loyal about that in a little bit. But right now, let's find out how many builders do you have, and let's bring on one of your top builders.
Sure. We're about average from year to year. We hit somewhere, depending on some guys and gals will bring two, but yeah, we're pretty consistent. We'll always, when you get closer, we'll always enter a couple in there the last minute. But I think right now we're sitting at like.
How many did you say? I'm sorry, you cut out.
90.
90. Thank you. 90. For some reason, it cuts out when you say that. It wants it to be 190 or something. Hey, let's bring on Mr. Rodsmith, motorcyclist himself, Greg Rodsmith. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Hey.
Well, you are an Illinois native, and we were talking today. I'm going to come and see your shop. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, by the way, Warren, that's a really nice hat.
My kid was supposed to shut the door, and now I'm surrounded by 3 bald screaming cats. That's a hairball, by the way.
Look at that.
Did you shave that cat, or did it come like that?
No, they come like that. I got 3 of them. My girlfriend doesn't deal with hair, so we have 3 bald pussies in this house.
Oh, that's got to be a handful.
Yeah, well,
Put me on for a second. Hey, Craig, welcome to the show. Tell us. I'm just floored by your
good looks.
Yeah, I think so. I think we lost Gina. But, you back, Gina? We lost you that whole entire thing, Gina.
Okay.
Craig filled in.
So all we heard was that you're floored by Craig's good looks.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Craig, tell us a little bit about your bike building.
It's a lifelong thing. I've been doing it probably longer than 40 years. I'm a transplant from Australia. I was born and bred in Melbourne, Australia, and I moved here 31, I think, and ended up in the Midwest, and that's how I got to know Warren, actually. He grew up not far from where I still have my shop, which I've had there for 26, 27 years. And ironically, I used to paint, so tired of doing that, and then I do a lot of metal work, and my work is basically all bare metal. It's kind of become my thing, and I hate painting.
So do I.
That is definitely your signature. I love that. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, if you're going to have anything that's going to make you legendary, I think that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it's there's something about ironically, I've worked as a mechanic and a machinist most of my life, is what I think of my strong suits, but I got into metalworking, and for some reason I become known for that. I started doing that more as a therapeutic thing for myself.
Yeah, I just like raw. I think raw is cool, man. Raw works for me.
We all
Yeah.
do. We all agree.
It's a tricky thing, and people, and I'll point out the flaws on my bikes, and I have no problem with that. But the thing is, I don't get to hide anything with paint. It is what it is. I like the honesty of it.
Yeah, you don't. I don't think you get to see that a whole lot these days. Everything gets kind of hidden behind. I shouldn't say hidden, but a big paint job can hide a lot of other things. So when you're just going straight raw with metal, just doing polish, like you really kind of expose yourself for, that kind of criticism. And as the pictures are going through, you can keep seeing my face getting closer to the screen, because every picture that goes by, I get more and more excited about what I'm seeing.
Well, great. Thank you.
And Warren, is that deliberate that you would pick because this is invitational, correct? Is your show invitational?
Yeah, I don't. Craig comes to the show because he's a good buddy of mine, and we see eye to eye, and it just so happens that he builds badass motorcycles, so it's a plus.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and just because I think that it stands out and stands alone.
Hide behind anything, it like you said, it's raw, it's there, it's in your face, and it's a true talent that not many people have, and it's really cool to be friends with the guy that can do it, because I sure as hell can't.
Craig, tell me a little bit about your relationship with Haas Museum. I got a couple pictures somewhere in all of this. That bike is beautiful right there. That's crazy. Tell me about this bike here.
I'm really proud of that. Maybe I should go back to, you asked about the Haas Museum. Well, it's actually Bobby Haas. I built a bike several years ago, and was what's called a dustbin fairing. Had this big aluminum polished fairing. It was similar to 50s GP bikes in Europe, and it had a turbocharged Motor Guzzi engine in it. And I took it to a show, and Bobby saw it and fell in love with it and bought it off me, and that just started our friendship. And then he commissioned me to build another bike after that, and we just got along really well. And then that bike you're looking at now is called the Killer. And there was a bike built in the 30s, in 1935, by two German engineers called the Killinger and Freund. And it was a 3-cylinder radial engine in the front wheel, that Art Deco style and everything. Anyway, Bobby decided, I was down in Texas with Bobby's, lives in Dallas, and the museum's in Dallas. And he called me early in the morning. He's like, I've got a really good idea for a bike to build. And he showed me some pictures of this Killinger and Freund. I'm like, we can do something based on this. I don't know if I can do that. I think you got the wrong guy. And he's like, perfect, you're the right guy. And it was the fact that, the guy we became best friends. And he just, he saw more in me than I saw in myself. And he just had a lot of faith in me. And we did that. And we're both, Bobby and I, we kind of did that together. It was his idea, and he had a lot of input into that. And then we went on to do a few other things. He made a documentary, a lot about his life and the museum, and his foray into the motorcycle world. It was called Leaving Tracks, which came out a couple of years ago, and it's a great documentary if you'd like to see it. And
I'd love to.
The man was. It's what he went through. Ironically, the Flat Out Friday thing is racing on Dr. Pepper syrup. Early in Bobby's career, he was a financial genius. He actually acquired Dr. Pepper and owned Dr. Pepper. And
did he really?
Yes,
right on.
And from then, what this guy did in his life was pretty incredible. From then, he then went on to be he became National Geographic's head aerial photographer. And published many books with National Geographic with his aerial photography. Well, then he got into motorcycles in his mid-60s. And he just, like everything else he just did it with a lot of passion and just, pushed the envelope, went further. And
He sounds like an amazing man. I wish I would have had the opportunity to meet him. It sounds like a very special person.
An opportunity. The museum is still there at the moment and will be for, we're not sure how much longer, for a year or so, down in Dallas at the Haas Motor Museum. And Warren was recently down there with Scott. And, well, you can attest to what it's like.
It's unreal, man. It's the amount of, I don't even know where to start. The custom is unbelievable. You'll never see a collection like that ever again assembled. I'm then the other side is when you can just tell how it's like a bug caught him by surprise and just fully devoured and consumed. And it's a beautiful place, and everybody should get down there before. It's not. We're lucky enough to have some bikes coming up from the museum to give everybody a taste of what's available to go down and see. So we're
Nice.
truly honored, take the steps and take the drive to bring some of them bikes out, because it's not it's a pretty rare thing to get our hands on some of the quality bikes that are coming through.
Absolutely. It's on my bucket list. As soon as when I went on your stuff, Warren, and saw the group pictures, and then I got to know Craig a little bit more, and then we talked today, and then the museum, and I was like, wait a minute, and I'm from Texas. Well, I spent a lot of time in Texas, so I should have definitely already known this, and I can't wait to make sure that's on my bucket list. It sounds like an amazing place with a lot of creative.
Yeah, it is pretty
cool.
Incredible what Bobby and his partner Stacy built. It's just amazing. I'm obviously down there quite often, and I've been to him countless times, and still every time I go in there, it's like I find something else that fascinates me. I've been there 100 times.
That's awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to see
Really?
it. Craig, what are you going to be bringing to Mama Tried this year?
Well, I'm bringing one of my own bikes that I'm finishing up. It's a 916 Ducati with a supercharger on it, and I've got this thing about forced induction, superchargers, turbochargers. It's almost finished. I should have it finished in time for next week. But we're also no, I'll be.
I mean,
what we're also with, as Warren said, the museum. Stacey's kind enough. She's bringing up 3 bikes from the museum. One of Max Hazen's, which is a supercharged divorced Sportster, Ironhead Sportster engine, beautiful bike. And then also one of Christian's also bringing up another bike that I have in the museum. It's called Mr. Fahrenheit. It's a land speed racing sidecar rig that I built for Bobby, that we were going to race at Bonneville. And actually we started making a second documentary about racing Mr. Fahrenheit. And it was Bobby. We'd been out to Bonneville before, and Bobby had raced on his Harley. And we're going back to do that.
Mr. Fahrenheit. I love it.
Second documentary.
What a great name.
Unfortunately, Bobby, we lost Bobby, but the second documentary, we had about 80% of it made, so we finished it off. That'll be coming out this fall, so that's something to look forward to.
Fantastic.
And did you say that the killer is going to be at Mama Tried? Did I?
No, not the killer. No, we sidecar. Well, you got Max Hayes, a bike from Max Hazen and Christian Sosa. It's like, and as I told Warren, please don't put them near my bikes because they'll make them look like crap.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I like your crap. So
yeah, right.
I mean, clearly I'm over here like this, staring at that thing. I mean, that was incredible. Every time I looked at it and got a little bit closer to it, something else changed, and I was like, "Oh, he did! Oh,
gotta
Oh.
go to the museum, man. It's if you're into that type of shit, it's wild.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'm gonna Google it, and we're going. Me and the girl are going on a road trip this summer, and we're just gonna hit up all the museums because it just seems like such a sad trend right now that all these museums they're all on their last legs. I mean, you're just saying you don't know how much longer that one's gonna last. Anamosa is it's got an end date to it, and it's it's so unfortunate that these kind of things are they have end dates, expiration dates on them, because I mean I can sit there all day and look at the killer already just because every time I look at it I see something different, and it's without these kind of shows, we don't get this. Like, looking at a picture on the internet is one thing and it's cool, but when you can actually stand there, and I mean I've caught myself in multiple shows looking at a motorcycle, and just as I get ready to walk away, I'm just like, oh, what did he just do right?
Yeah.
It's incredible, the talents, and
Well, and getting the backstory on a lot of this stuff is what really, I mean, look at that whole story. It was just amazing. Just love that. Hey guys, we have got to run and pay some bills really fast. Corey is telling me we are really running over time, and we want to bring Loyal on right after the ad break. So let's go and take that. Thank you everybody for joining us. We got Harry checking us out. Jake Smallwood wants to let Warren know if you need a young welder who loves old bikes, I'm the man. Of course you are, Jake. Putting that right out there for you. We'll be right back after these messages. Please give it a like, give it a share, and stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
The law we practice is personal injury law. Specifically, we represent injured bicyclists and injured motorcyclists. My partner and myself have been practicing for 27 years. We know as a firm how to work together.
Because we focus only on motorcycle crashes and bicycle crashes, we are used to not only the dynamics of how the crashes happen, but we're also used to dealing with the biases of the insurance adjusters that want to put the blame on our clients.
While some products fix problems, Andrews solves them. With nearly 50 years of passion, precision, and high performance, Andrews Products changes the world of motorsports. Engineered and manufactured in-house, Andrews excels by using aircraft steel, then machining to the closest industry tolerances. If you need powerful cams, gears, and transmissions for your ride that are proudly made in America, use Andrews Products. Contact AndrewsProducts.com or call our tech line Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 847-759-0190. How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. That means we don't just organize rides. We take action to keep riders safe. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Emergency response classes, first aid courses, riding seminars, track days, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities like Biker Down. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt, but we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, tell your smartphone to call Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
I said so.
Hey, what was that, Loyal? We've got Loyal Prach on the line with us. What's going on, man?
Nothing, I'm hanging
That
out.
was you zooming around that track. Right? 06, number 6.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
What's significant about your number, man?
Birth month, June 06, like that. But that's been I was, I don't know, 6 years old. Ever since.
Right on. You got that 666 thing going on? Cool, very cool. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for coming. Are you a hooligan?
In hooligan racing, now, and I guess a around a big bike like that and spec into the hooligan races here and there.
Okay.
But I do it just by borrowing bikes, I guess. What I could do it is showing up to a track and being like, "Hey, you got a bike? For try it out."
Right on.
Yeah, I've seen you ride a slew of motorcycles. I was kind of telling Gina that earlier, that she was asking what classes you're going to race, and I said I don't know. It's hard to tell because I've seen him ride vintage bikes, I've seen him ride pro bikes, I've seen him ride everything, hooligan bikes. So we got to figure out what class he's settling in on.
Yeah, well, for AA class on that bike, he's 450. I enjoy riding a whole story of bikes. Really, I think the least enjoy is working on a bike in the pits. Instead of sticking to one bike, if one bike breaks, can we try hooligan? I don't. And through riding a whole slurry, it's where the pipe is falling off or bike just rebuilt. I'm able to learn a lot. Keep a wide variety and appreciation in bikes that are newer, and appreciation for bikes that are more stylish. But yeah.
So if you had to pick a favorite, do you have a favorite bike to ride? And it doesn't have to be like a 450 necessarily, because they're probably some of the faster ones. But do you like riding the vintage, the hooligan? Yeah, is each one a little bit different, or?
For really enjoy. I had for a season this vintage Yamaha super OG, and but the frame was super modified, and that bike I felt super. Where the 450s or those DTX bikes are not meant to be low, snappy. The 450 it's got all the power, but I think the vintage framer bikes that are, if I were to jump off that bike and push it itself, you know what I mean? That's how easy it is.
Yeah, and sometimes and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand about racing is it's not always about the power, especially in flat tracks. So riding some of the vintage bikes, like obviously they've been around for years, so the frames have been fine tuned and everything's been kind of dialed in. And no, that's pretty awesome. What classes are you racing this year at Flat Out Friday?
That's because again, I do enjoy the vintage bikes. I know the 4, and that's the class I've been running for the past couple of years, and I feel like it's where I belong. I'm racing closer to my age and people that I know. Toes in the vintage class, with the curly hair and the weird earring, class,
The razor blade. How much did you like riding on that Dr. Pepper soda syrup?
I enjoy big tracks necessarily. I enjoy track, and it's much more of a dance. It's much more dance than a long, mile track. Really exaggerate, because you're braking really hard so quickly, where you can exaggerate your body position, your passing, because it all happens so quickly. And it being Dr. Pepper syrup too, it's concrete is relatively slippery. You get Dr. Pepper on there, and you get your you get on the gas, it'll pull your arms out because it's so sticky. I think more of the so much more of a different. It's consciously more than you are, because you have split. Someone crashes in front of you. Somebody's trying to pat. Whose leg is that? What because it's so quick. And all right, there's the stands. Oh, there's my grid. The flag. I'm gonna start turning now. Turn, brake, turn, brake. Someone crash, start, right, and the race is over, and you track. It's really, really. But
Well,
Yeah, no.
you got Tice. You guys get that, right? Warren, you've been out there on it. Tice, you've been out there on it.
Yeah, I raced I think the first one. I know Warren's been out there a handful of times, and I've raced Aslan a little bit, not obviously nearly as much as Loyal's kind of been around doing this stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's 100% correct. The bigger the track, the more time you have to kind of check out the concession stand and the flag girls, and you've got some time as you're spinning laps on the track. But yeah, I mean, you're basically racing on a basketball track, so. You're constantly, you're on the gas, you're off the gas, you're on the gas, you're off the gas. Like it's everything's so kind of instant, and especially with the concrete too. The concrete adds another thing. Like he was talking about with the Dr. Pepper syrup. Like when it's laid down and there's rubber on it, it's instant. But when you get a little bit off of the groove, like it's like you're basically like you're on slippery Sunday. It's like an ice rink. So you got to be very careful, and well, it's short track racing, so it's not always very friendly. So Loyal's out there. We saw a handful of pictures of him with Dave Kilkenny, Ezra, handful of people. So you're kind of turning your friends almost into enemies, and you're almost kind of using them as bumpers. And I think we all know the historic photo of Jared Mees and Corey Texter with the tire inside of Corey Texter's arm. And I think that's what provides such a great experience for everybody. And while it might not always be the most fun for the racers, because they're the ones that are kind of getting the the Dunlop tire marks on their legs, but as a spectator, as far as spectator events goes, Flat Out Friday is probably one of the best there is in the country.
for sure.
Yeah, I gotta say, I gotta agree with that. I remember the year that they brought the Mad Max, several years, I'm sure. But what a hoot! I mean, you can't just sit in those seats and not enjoy and have a smile or be rooting for somebody. I mean, it's just like total participation.
Well,
With me, it is.
And I think personally, I think what's really cool about Flat Out Fridays, it follows the theme of Mama Tried. Is it's while the racing's very serious, it's still kind of a show. It's still a party. They do a great job with the kind of their halftime stuff. The races, they do the fun classes, kind of the Rung What You Brung, goofy classes, the kids class, my little 9-year-old race last year, and that's super cool because you get to see the future. You get to see all the ladies out there racing, and you get to see a lot of different people, kind of faces. You get to see the pros. You get to see the fastest people. You have the Charlotte Canes Memorial Race, which every lap that one of the pro racers leads in that, they make $100. So just kind
Warren,
of.
did he pretty much cover it, or you got anything else up your sleeve?
Me or
No,
Loyal?
I was asking Warren if you pretty much covered, or if he's got anything else up his sleeve.
You gotta come and check it out. He's got stuff planned, and it's much better in person. However, if we're gonna live stream it this year, so head over to the website and check it out. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I think it's gonna be the best one yet.
Hey, real quick, for those that are made the mistake of not flying to Milwaukee to watch it, what is the website that they can actually watch it off of, or how can they get the live stream, and how can they get their tickets to either Flat Out Friday and Mama Tried?
Yeah, so it's flatoutfriday.show.com, MAMATRIED. You can get tickets off of both websites. You just follow the links. It's pretty self-explanatory. I have a couple different options if you get lost on the website. Same thing with the live stream for Flat Out Friday. there's a link, homepage as well as a drop down menu, and it's free. Cool company that's producing it, Mindpool. They work with Josh Adams over there. Is a wonderful human, and has no business messing around. Really sees something special, and we're so lucky. The live stream is going to be fantastic, and that keeps growing and growing every year and getting better and better, and we're just striving to have more fun and really give the folks that pay the money to show up a good time, and hopefully it shows, and some fun stuff planned, and it's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be great, big fun for sure. That's why you've got people coming year after year. What about the ice racing? Are you a part of? Are you in that? Are you doing that? And Loyal, are you doing that too?
Tice, I'll be there. And Loyal will be there, right? It's Milwaukee, so you
got to be studded up around here.
You guys are all studded up. I'm telling you that right now.
And again, I just want to kind of reiterate what like Warren and Loyal said. Like, this is really one of the raddest races that there is. I mean, you go to a race, and there's kind of some downtime, and there's some things going on. And the thing with the concrete race is there's really no track maintenance. There's really no, you're not wasting a lot of time kind of working on the track. So like once the racing starts, I mean, it's race, bang, bang, entertainment. Like it really is one of the best put together. And as a spectator, you're gonna walk out the door and you're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be talking the whole time about what you just saw. And nothing bad about any other races that I've attended to or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of almost indoors perfect condition. You don't have to worry about rain. You don't have to worry about weather. Like, you just start racing and it runs like clockwork. They do a great job of putting the show together, and it's serious racing, but it's serious entertainment at the same time.
Loyal's father, Jeremy, our partner at Flat Out Friday, does it of the in line, keeping them educated, keeping them informed, and really making it a big. It truly is a show, and thanks for noticing that, Tice, because it's really important to the fans, the show, right? We can have a race all we want, but if we don't have everyone on and create that environment, it just goes by the wayside. So it's super important to make entertain.
Yeah.
And tell their friends and keep people coming back. And we're looking at sellout this year when it comes to the lower bowl at the 5. So I had a chance to open up that upper deck, but it could be a very good possibility. We've and seen lots of support and excitement, and we're super stoked to get this thing going.
Yeah, and Warren's being modest, because I can tell you right now, there are not flat track races that are selling out, basketball arenas, whether it's the lower bowl or whatever. Like, it is one of the largest races of the year. You get a lot of great, pro names. If you're a hooligan racer and you're trying to put your name on the map, this is a race for you. And, to kind of, same thing, to reiterate what Warren was saying, like Loyal's father, Jeremy, and the entire staff that's there, like, it's professional. Like, nobody's wandering around. There's no lull time because they're trying to figure out something. Like, I mean,
Loyal, you'll have to tell your dad I said hi. We had him down at the radio station, but we are running out of time, guys. And sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Tice. But we want to give some. We want to give a pair of tickets away, don't we? Because I wanted to ask you, because I'm mixed up on the years too, and everybody else might know, but right at this moment, I don't either. So, what did you want to give the tickets away for, Warren? The year?
I think
You're freezing up.
the year. What? Because that was my drop. So say it again, Gina.
What year is Mama Tried in? Is that what you wanted to ask? I'm sorry, you keep breaking up a little bit.
She just wants you to give tickets away.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, 9 years.
Oh, you told
9 years.
us. How are we gonna give tickets away now? That's pretty awesome. It's 9 years. Yeah, I think that this transmission that's not working isn't.
Well, I don't know how it's going to work, but maybe, Gina, you should talk to him, and maybe you can work something out with your Facebook, and you can give that set of tickets away, or you guys can figure something out, because and I'll say too, if you don't win a ticket, this is one of those events where you just got to pay. It's $25.
It's so affordable.
Listen,
It's so affordable either way.
it is ridiculous, and again, the amount of motorcycles you're going to see, the race is worth it. I mean, it's literally 6 days of partying in Milwaukee, and and if you don't want to pay the $25 or you don't want to pay the whatever it takes to get in, then just stay at home. We don't want you here.
All right, guys. Unfortunately,
Well,
we are out of time. We want to thank our 1400 AM Las Vegas K show.
But Gina, real
Full
quick
Throttle
though,
Studios.
Gina, can I start my campaign for 2024 over here? I'm just
I
kidding.
think you did.
I heard
I
it.
think you did. Craig, we are so looking forward to seeing you there. Lowell, I can't wait to see you on it, man. Full throttle all the way.
Looking forward.
Yeah, baby.
Warren, I wanted to talk more about your podcast, so I'm going to bring you back and talk about that sometime. You've been having some great guests on, and I know that you have found a guest up at Eric Lunt's place that we're both going to try to get on in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, right on, guys. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for listening. Please give it a like, give it a share. Go to Mama Trike, get your tickets, because like he said, this could easily sell out. And if you missed it, you missed it, man. But it's definitely worth checking out. You've got to get to Wisconsin, check it out. Lots of parties are going on. We will, I had this whole thing set up to announce all of these with the flyers, but we ran out of time, and I will definitely post those.
Listen, it's the internet. You can find out flat on Friday. Mama tried on the internet. Just throw an @ symbol in front of both of them. Check out Instagram, Facebook. I mean, it's 2023. I don't even know what year it is, but all you gotta do is go to the internet. You can find out everything you need: tickets, information, what show times, Eagles Ballroom, Pfizer Forum. With that little bit of information, if you can't figure it out, you probably don't deserve to be there.
And me and Warren will talk, and we'll give those tickets away. Should we give them away next Monday, Warren? We'll have them wait for
Sounds
it.
good to me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you all. Can't wait to see you in Milwaukee.
And
we'll
hey,
see
good
you
luck,
then.
Loyal. Good luck, Loyal. Good luck at racing, buddy.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
good luck, Lloyd.
Thank you for tuning in to America's premier motorcycle talk show, Open Road Radio.
Hey, thanks for coming along. We hope you enjoyed the ride.